my name is Christopher Brewer, and today we're going to be talking about cleansing your environment. You may have heard of smudging, which is the act of cleansing yourself, your environment, and any inanimate objects of any stagnant or unwanted energy. As you can see, there are a number of wonderful tools and products available to you in smudging. There is a lot of wonderful literature on the topic, including some handy resource guides, all of which you can purchase at Celebration Metaphysical Center. I was born in Pine Ridge, South Dakota. I am Oglala Sioux, so my exposure to this form of energy clearing happened at a very young age. We burned sage, cedar, and sweetgrass before any ritual, setting the space for good spirits and ancestors to join us from the plane. We smudged to remove bad medicine during times of illness and to bring one's body back into a state of balance. We smudged during ceremony, where the smoke from our fires and the intention, requests, and prayers we put into it were carried up to the Creator. We even smudged after arguments, when it was believed that pieces of our spirit were violently expelled from our bodies, becoming lodged in corners of a room. We smudged after any disempowering event. Even something as simple as a sudden sneeze or an unexpected scare, a good startle, was considered losing a piece of your spirit. It's why many cultures still bless others after a sneeze. And when you have an environment which remains uncleansed, with fragments of psychic energy cluttering the space, growing stagnant, becoming toxic, it's like breathing recycled air. You'll continue to process this energy, these vibrations, back through your energetic system. If something happens with a high degree of psychic energy to it, such as a fight during the breakup of a relationship, the frequency at which heavy depression resonates, even the psychic imprint of a death, it will remain stuck in your space and will most likely influence your mood and your thought forms. If you're allowing a lot of anger and frustration to build up in your home or office, you will continue to absorb these lower unhealthy vibrations until, just as you would clean your home with name brand products, you do the same on an energetic level. Just as mold in an old building would have a negative impact on one's health, an environment harboring a lot of dark energy can lead to illness and depression. So when preparing to create a sacred space in my home, my primary tool will include sage. You can see there are a number of different varieties of sage. All very different, but they all work the same. For instance, someone might choose to burn the blue sage and lavender. Now, blue sage has a lighter scent than the white, and when combined with lavender, creates a really wonderful sense of calm and well-being. This is perfect for parents who have children who suffer from nightmares, people who suffer from PTSD, even someone that just had a really stressful day and needs that calm, relaxing vibration in their environment. Another important element to smudging is the candle. Candles bring in the element of fire. Fire which is very cleansing and purifying. Fire which burns away that which no longer serves you, that which is unhealing and unloving for you. I prefer white candles because white is symbolic of purification and cleansing. Candles are important too because as you stare into the flame, they really help to bring you into present time. When you think about it, none of us are really actually here. There is so much of ourselves in the past, thinking about what we could have done, things we could have done differently, things we wish we might have done, or they're too forward into the future, thinking about what we're going to make for dinner, what we're going to do tomorrow. So it's really important for us to be in present time because present time is where our energy is. Present time is where the energy comes into our head, into our crown chakra, where that prana comes into play every day, which fuels our creative thoughts, our intuition, a number of different things. So should you lose focus, just gaze into the light of that candle flame. Imagine that light is inside of you, is a part of you. You are a light being, and you can use that bright, white, healing light to flood your space with positive energy and goodness. When smudging, a lot of people will prefer to use some form of sound healing, whether that be a bell, a rattle, or a Tibetan singing bowl. Sound healing is important because what it does is it shatters or breaks up all those little psychic fragments that can clutter your space. Crystals are an important part of cleansing your environment. Crystals like quartz can help transmute energy, can help direct energy. This is why sometimes you'll see quartz at the end of smudging feathers, because that quartz is what will help direct that positive energy, that intent to cleanse your system, your environment, your valuables of any negative, unhealing, unwanted energy. Selenite is also ideal for cleansing. You can move it about your body, almost like a lint remover. You can cleanse inanimate objects with it. You can cleanse your space with it. A great thing about selenite is that you can cleanse other crystals with it, but it doesn't need cleansing itself. You just don't want to get it wet because water will erode it over time. Just remember, these are tools. Tools which need a power source, a battery. In this case, we're the batteries. Our intention, our will, our prayers, anything which we recite as we walk through our environment is what will ultimately transmute the energy from negative into positive. Smudging isn't simply lighting sage and waving it about. It can't be done unconsciously. Smudging can be a transformative experience. After all, the Latin name for sage, salvia, means to be saved. So when I'm ready to begin, I'll light my white candle. I will ring a bell, not just for the purposes of sound healing, but to honor and summon spirit, to invoke spirit, whether that be my spirit guides, my guardian angels, ancestors, any spirits who are of the light who I can call upon to assist me with this cleansing. When burning sage, it's almost like lighting incense. You light it, you blow it out, and you allow it to smolder. Some cultures will also use Palo Santo wood, which works the exact same way. Some people might prefer to use a heat-safe bowl or dish and break the sage apart. That way they can mix it with cedar and different herbs, as I've done here. Just use whatever method works for you. Just remember, if you do use a stick sage, you'll still need a heat-safe container or bowl to catch any embers which might fall. If someone in your home is allergic or sensitive to sage smoke, there are still a number of options available for liquid smudges, such as smudge and spray, sage and cedar spray, the smudge spray from Wicked Good. There's also what's called Florida water, and good old-fashioned holy water, which you can even put in a spray bottle and spray around your property. Now when I'm ready to begin smudging, I light the sage and I take a smudging feather and I'm lightly fanning the smoke about my body, consciously cleansing myself of any negative, unhealing, unloving elements, vibrations, thought forms, energies, anything I have willingly or unwillingly taken on, anything which is not mine, which is not healing or loving for me. I take these energies from my system and I release them into the light, filling myself back up with light and love for truth, clarity, and healing. After I feel more grounded, more present, more cleansed, more here, that's when I can begin going about my environment, cleansing the rooms, cleansing different objects of any stagnant or unwanted energy. Some places, such as a new home or area which hasn't been smudged in a while, if ever, may contain a very dense energy. As a result, I might begin to feel unfocused, and if that happens, I simply close my eyes and I imagine another sacred space, be that Sedona, Arizona, Mount Shasta, a circle of stones at Salisbury, a temple at Angkor Wat, even a monastery overlooking Shangri-La. I bring those sacred spaces into my own, and I allow their light to bless my space. Remember, when cleansing your property, you can complement your smudging with bells and rattles and Tibetan singing bowls, just going from room to room the same way you would with the sage. After you've finished with your sound healing or burning of sage, you can follow up with sweetgrass, which is good for bringing positive elements into your environment. Afterward, you can open up your windows and doors, letting the smoke out and allowing it to take your requests and your prayers up to the Creator. After that's completed, I'll end with a statement such as, I pour my love and gratitude into the world, and I thank those in spirit for assisting me. So mote it be. Thank you. Amen. There are still a number of different ways to cleanse your space, Everything from creating a crystal grid to using different kinds of salts and oils. Just stop by Celebration Metaphysical Center if you're looking for more assistance. I'm Christopher Allen Brewer, Matot Shante and Sioux, and I thank you for joining me.